Kelo versus New London is a controversial 2005 United States Supreme Court decision that dealt with the idea of redistribution. It involved the use of eminent domain to transfer land from one private property owner to another private property owner to further economic development. Eminent domain is a process by which a government may acquire land from private individuals. The government is required to pay a fair market value for the land, but the government has the right to, in essence, seize the land, but it's traditionally always been used for public purposes. In the 5-4 decision, the court held that the general benefits a community enjoyed from economic growth qualified private redevelopment as a permissible public use under the Takings Clause of the Fifth Amendment to the U.S. Constitution. Again, it's a very controversial example of the power of local government and of public administrators to take private property from citizens for private development. You can read more about this decision at the link provided on the page.
We now come to the managerial definitions of public administration. Public administration is so much a branch of management that many graduate schools of management or business or administration are divided into public and private, and now increasingly nonprofit programs. Public administration is the executive function of government, and government agencies put into practice legislative acts that represent the will of the people.
Alexander Hamilton was a delegate to the Constitutional Convention and a major author of the Federalist Papers. He was deeply concerned about the administration of the new American government. The Federalist Papers is a collection of 85 articles and essays written by Hamilton, James Madison, and John Jay promoting the ratification of the Constitution. He wrote Federalist number 72, and within it he wrote, "The administration of government, in its most usual and perhaps most precise signification, is limited to executive details and falls peculiarly within the province of the executive department." He's also the father of the American financial system. While the executive, legislative, and judicial branches are separate and distinct in the United States, all sides struggle to influence the other. Modern government executives at all levels do not meekly sit back and merely execute the will of the legislature. They actively compete to influence that will and to fight for the enactment of programs that they are anxious to implement. Public administration is, of course, a management specialty. The term management refers both to the people responsible for running an organization, as well as the running process itself. In other words, the people, the public administrators, are considered management, and then what they do is also considered management, in that they manage the day-to-day operations of a department, or a city, or a province, or an organization. In government, the top managers are usually political leaders of society, whether they gain power by election, appointment, or even assassination. These political leaders, be they presidents, governors, provincial executives, or etc., will generally appoint others to lead specific agencies and departments within the government. While these appointees function as top managers and have significant management responsibilities, they are seldom professional managers and seldom see themselves as management experts. As a result of this, the actual administration of a jurisdiction, an agency or department, is often found to be in the area of middle management. This group of individuals is responsible for the execution and interpretation of top management policies and for the day-to-day operation of the various organizational units. They often have advanced degrees in general fields such as public administration or business administration, or technical fields such as public health or social work that are relevant for the area they are leading. Others see public administration as Mickey Mouse. This refers to Walt Disney's famous character. That cartoon first began in the 1930s, and Mickey often appeared in a variety of cartoons showing him building something that would later fall apart, or also oftentimes showing him going to something to great detail that would end up in little result. Mickey gradually gave his name to anything requiring considerable effort for slight results, including many of the Mickey Mouse requirements of bureaucracy. The term is also applied to policies or regulations felt to be needless, inane, silly, or even mildly offensive.
Public administration is both art and science. It requires sound judgment, panache, and common sense. It also requires technical skills that allow for the digestion and transference of information. It takes more than an education. Just because you have the academic credentials does not mean that you can function at a high level as a high-level administrator.